Congratulations. Welcome back. Welcome back. Size 11. Okay. I know it's been kind of a while, since my last video, but, sometimes you need to take a break and, put things together. This YouTube thing can be very exhausting and draining. So, but yeah, I just wanted to touch bases on this topic right here of the revenue sharing. We come to a point to where, there's going to be revenue sharing amongst college teams and conferences to help compensate the athletes. And for some reason, the perception on the revenue sharing can sometimes get misconstrued, and people start talking about mispositioning the way it should be structured. Now, to my understanding, that the number of 25 million would be the number in which to be used to compensate players as, in a pool or a pot combined. So when you look at it, I've heard someone ask me, hey, isn't it per school? Now let's look at the scenario. If it was per school, 25 million per school, we all know that is not feasible. Think about it. Let's pick a team from the SEC, right? They bring in about 60 million a year, right? Per school combined with everything. Taking 25 million out of that amount would bring them down to about 35 million, right? Per school. But we all know that the schools are not going to be in agreement with taking a pay cut of $25 million. Let's just understand that that's not practical, and schools are not going to be taking a 45% pay decrease out of their pay. It's not going to happen. But what is logic is each conference would have to put forward a total of 25 million to go towards, the fee that it would be to take care of the athletes. Now, someone mentioned, how would we be able to do that? Well, collectively, let's look at the Big 12 for an example, since they are one of the conferences that are, underfunded, should I say, based off of their size and things like that. So they're a little bit underfunded. So then you would say, how will the Big 12 come up with this amount of money? So let's just rule that out right now. It's not going to be any school this is not per school. This is per conference. So if the Big 10, the SEC, the ACC, and the Big 12 all come up with 25 million, that's about 100 million per year to do fund sharing to cover the cost to pay the fees and the lawsuit for the athletes, right? Which is feasible. That is feasible. Now, how would this work in an underfunded conference like the Big 12? Well, there's 16 teams in the Big 12. So if each school, out of their grand total of revenue that comes in from TV, basketball, football, so on and so forth, if we know the Big 12 is bringing in about 50 million a year total, including the playoffs and things like that, then it's safe to say that each school would roughly take out about 2 million or 1.9 million per school each year to cover that 25 million, period. That's how that would be done. You would take it out of the grand total, deduct it on the itemized expense for that amount. It would come out of each school's revenue, whether it be the school does it directly from their ticket sales and things like that, or out of their TV revenue directly from the conference to take care of that 25 million. And that's roughly about 1.9 million per school. Now, if more schools are added, right, if more schools are added, then that would actually make that number go down even more. So let's say there's expansion in the Big 12, add 2 more schools, right? Then that would decrease maybe by another 4 million, right? I'm not 4 million, 400,000, bringing it to about 1.5. Each school would pay 1.5 towards that amount. So clearly it's feasible, clearly it's doable. This is how that would take place. You would clearly, it would come out of the revenue that is generated through media contract or the grant of rights, and it is deducted off the top. So whatever each school would be getting from the Big 12, it would be minus the 1.9 or 1.5 million, which is fine. So that's how you would cover that. I'm hearing people saying that would cut out a lot of the Big 12 schools. No, it won't. I just gave you the formula right there. It will not cut out the Big 12 schools. And even think about it. Think about this. If each school was paying 25 million per year, right? Do you know how much money that would be each year to go towards the athletes? That would be close to $1 billion each year. Think about that. There's about 80 teams right now. And if you count the group of 5, that brings it up to like 120 teams or something like that. Do you think that every year this pot of money is going to be more than what schools are taking in as an individual? No, that makes no sense. Where's that money going to go? See what I'm saying? So 25 million per school. If you just multiply 25 million times 60 schools, that's a lot of money every year, and no one's going to be paying that amount. So let's cut that narrative out of each school will be paying 25 million. No, that's not going to happen. And that would be more than half of the Big 12's revenue generated from the grant of rights. So that makes no sense. No one's going to take a pay cut of 25 million to do that. But the conference as a whole will be responsible for 25 million, about 25 million per conference. That's about what, 4 conferences in the Power 4. That would eliminate all of the group of 5s conferences. I'm pretty sure if that's the goal, to eliminate them, then that will successfully do that. But if each conference is putting a bill of 25 million per school, then that would cover that. That's about 100 million per year that's going towards the student athletes. Once again, thank y'all for watching Size 11. Once again, till next time, have a great day.